So recently, some people on Twitter have started posting about Starfield and how excited they are for the game, even though there isn't any gameplay yet. Anyway, since Starfield is an Xbox exclusive title, PlayStation fanboys have been incredibly mad that people are excited about it. And they've tried to slow down or stop the Starfield hype train by tweeting about how they don't like Starfield. Because that always works.
I can already smell the delay. Nope, this'll easily delay to next year. This'll be delayed again, then end up flopping.
Yeah, I actually don't believe that this game is gonna get delayed, mainly because it's been in development since before Fallout 4 was released, which was in 2015, which is almost 7 years ago. And I also don't think that they would have revealed this game and given us a release date if they were nowhere near, completion. And I also don't think that this game's gonna be a flop, at least not financially. You know, I fucking hate Fallout 4, but it sold amazingly, and a lot of people do like that game for whatever reason. Same goes for Skyrim and Fallout 76. They're all games that I personally don't like, but a lot of other people love them, and they do really fucking well financially, even Fallout 76.
Typically, Xbots love mediocre games.
Yeah, because all the PlayStation exclusives are so incredibly original, you know? They're all third-person action RPGs with stealth elements and cinematic cutscenes in a semi-open world. Very innovative, my guy. But yeah, I don't really know if Starfield's going to be a mediocre game or not, because it isn't out yet, so... And there isn't a lot of footage of the game either, so I don't know why we're having all these discussions about a game of which we know basically nothing besides the fact that it's an open-world Western RPG in quotes, because, you know, it's probably not going to be an actual RPG like New Vegas, but...
I can't wait for the next big title from some dev, even though there's barely any information, no gameplay, and they have a history of buggy games more than any developer.
Yeah, it is very ridiculous to get excited about a game of which there is no gameplay and not a lot of information. Yet PlayStation fanboys get very excited and very hyped about God of War Ragnarok, a game we know even less about than Starfield. For some reason, it's totally fine when PlayStation fanboys do it, but when people get excited for an Xbox exclusive we know very little about, it's a problem. Also, I'm not sure if that's true, that they have more buggy games in their history than any other developer. At least from what I have seen, Bethesda has taken quite a few steps to ensure that their games won't be as buggy in the future. Not gonna say that Starfield isn't gonna have any bugs, because it's a fucking modern day game, and all modern day games release with fuck tons of bugs, especially when they're open world, but I'm kind of optimistic when it comes to how many bugs Starfield will have.
You didn't get the memo?
Okay, so let's actually read this piece of an article he has screenshotted here for us. Sony eyes ZeniMax Media. Starfield can't. Reportedly, the console manufacturer is in talks to purchase the industry giant and all its accompanying developers. If that wasn't wild enough, the deal will apparently be completed early next month, and Starfield, the next generation RPG from Bethesda, has been cancelled as a result. Now, I don't know how Sony is going to buy out ZeniMax Media when Microsoft has already bought out ZeniMax Media, unless Microsoft is now selling ZeniMax to Sony, which seems very unlikely to me, because Sony doesn't have near enough money to fucking be able to purchase ZeniMax from Microsoft. Also, I don't think a company like Microsoft would go through all the trouble of buying ZeniMax Media and acquiring all their developers and whatever, and then, you know, using those titles to advertise Game Pass only for them to then sell it to their biggest competitor in the console industry. That doesn't make any sense at all. So this is bullshit. And it also doesn't make sense that just because ZeniMax Media is being bought out by Sony, which it isn't, but let's say it was, why the fuck would they then cancel Starfield, a game that has been in development since at least 2015? But this whole Starfield thing isn't the only thing going on Twitter right now. So there is this guy, and he made a skit making fun of PlayStation fanboys. To be fair, the skit is extremely fucking cringy. I want to talk about anyway because PlayStation fanboys are very fucking pissed off because of it. So here it is.
What? Are you kidding me? What is going on?
What? 156 days since I last turned on my PS5, but it's go time now, baby. It's go time now. We got Aloy on the way, and guess what? Xbox got nothing. You got nothing but nail polish. That's it. We're just gonna ignore the last 6 months of anywhere between 85 to 92 Metacritic score games where PlayStation had none. We're gonna ignore all that because Xbox got nothing till Starfield, and Starfield is still coming to PS5 somehow, some way. Let's get to it, man. We gotta pump up and get ready. Pegasus squats.
Okay, so I think that the Pegasus squats are kind of funny, but besides that, it's still quite cringy. Anyway, PlayStation fanboys saw this video and were really upset because even though this guy committed the crime of posting cringe, he still stated quite a lot of facts. And PlayStation fanboys can't handle logic.
Shit, wish I could say the same about Xbox, but it's not even worth owning. Fucking random emojis.
Yeah, no console is really worth owning as long as PC is an option. Except for maybe the Switch, but that's like a whole different conversation.
Been forever since I turned on my Series X because I didn't buy one. I know I don't have to as its games are everywhere. All these bots though, they have to buy PlayStation for its world-class games.
Yeah, and by Xbox's games being everywhere, you mean they're on Xbox and on PC. Just like PlayStation games, which are also only on PlayStation and on PC. See, unless you have a PC, you can't play Xbox games. Old King Island, whatever the fuck that name is. And unless Xbots have a PC, they can't play PlayStation games. But if they want to play these quote-unquote world-class PlayStation games, you don't have to buy a PlayStation, because they're on PC or coming to PC.
You green rats just literally now got the same Halo and Forza game again in the last 2 months of the year and Xbox are running around amok acting like Xbox has games? You can't be serious.
Yeah, so these Xbots or green rats aren't pretending to have games now. They do actually have games. They did have exclusive games before Forza Horizon and Halo Infinite, but PlayStation fanboys kept saying that for some reason they didn't count. Like, Flight Simulator didn't count because it was a simulator game, which is really fucking weird. But yeah, they do have games now. Or did. They have games. I don't get this whole Xbox doesn't have games thing. It does.
Triggered much? Got literally nothing better to do? Or do you have better things to do and you're straight depressed that PlayStation is running circles around Xbox? Like, who the fuck does this shit unless they're scared or mad at themselves for buying the losing weaker console? Bots.
Yeah, so PlayStation fanboys do the same shit all the time where they make cringy skits on Twitter about how much Xbox sucks. And also, I don't think this guy is mad at himself for buying an Xbox Series X, because if you look at the background of his video, you can see clearly that this guy has both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. I mean, he's literally doing the fucking dumbbell shit with a PlayStation 5 controller. Also, yeah, PlayStation isn't running circles around Xbox, at least for the past half year. Xbox has been doing way the fuck better than PlayStation has. And I'm fairly certain that the Xbox Series X is the more powerful console. Anyway, boys, with that being said, this is the end of the video. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.